Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Today we're talking about the conversion of driving license. As you know, in order to drive a car in Europe and in Italy, you need a valid driving license. If you're a tourist, there is no problem. So you don't need really difficult translations into Italian of your driving license. You need to follow in this kind of scammy procedures that are offering you for a couple $100 to obtain sort of international driving license. In Italy, UK, American, Australian, common law countries, driving licenses are absolutely good for driving for tourist purposes. But if you live in Italy and you transfer here and you want to have your driving license here, you might be considering to make a full procedure of converting your driving license into official 10 years driving license in Italy, plastic card. Some countries in the world, Ukraine, UK, Israel, some others, they have a special convention with it that allow them to make this conversion without making theory, without retesting their ability to drive. In order to do that, you need just simply to have your driving license translated by an official translator and a sweared and stamped translation into the court. We do care about that. The cost is a couple €100, nothing special, nothing too costly. The point is, which I want to tell you, is that usual procedure of conversion, it's good, but some of you might have a driving license which is impossible to convert. So there are two options. If you can study, retest the theory and pass the theory, probably you will pass because you're already a skilled driver, the driving test. By the way, you can do it with manual shift or automatic shift as per your choose. But there is an interesting theory that I would like to introduce you today about some of our clients that already come to our office for immigration purposes, and they are already holder of another European Union driving license. In that case, most of the time, this driving license was originally converted from their driving license. For example, recently I was managing a case of an American citizen with a driving license in Poland that was converted. And there is now the point and the question of, can this Polish driving license be again, second time, converted into Italian? This is what we call, as a technical of this argument, and lawyers that know this matter, as a triangle. So you take one, you obtain the second driving license, then you obtain the third driving license. Usually this is not allowed by the law, but we are not suggesting you to go outside the law. We are suggesting you to ask if this is possible. A recent case that one of our agencies that help us to do all the procedure of conversion did was converted Poland driving license, request, not application, but requested interpello. It was a request of information to the authority that takes care about issuing new driving licenses, and suddenly, without any expectation, I have to be honest, we received a positive reply from the authority that takes care about the driving license, the car authority whatsoever, that this conversion was allowed. We didn't deepen the reasons why they wanted to consent this with triangle of conversion, because again, the Polish driving license was a preliminary conversion of another non-European driving license. But they say, okay, we took our Italian driving license, the client is happy, we are happy with our small fee paid, and everything is okay. So my suggestion in this video today is, in general, up to 90 days you do need a driving license in Italy. More than 90 days you have to consider to study some Italian language to pass the theory. If you are under one of the legal convention, you can Google that pretty easily. You can convert it regularly, but if you are not into this convention, there are really few that allows to do the conversion, you can consider to obtain a driving license in a third European country, which might have a more easy law, and then to reconvert it in Italy. Very important qualification. All this have to be done before your first residency in Italy. So the law says that in order to convert any foreign driving license to an Italian one, that have to be obtained and already issued before your first ever application. So do not even think, okay, but I'm gonna delay my residency, take the driving license and reapply for this. That's not going to work. It might work with some huge mistake from the authority that they care about that, but usually that's not a working path. The correct way is you consider to relocate in Italy, you ask our advice and maybe come to my paid consultation to really go through all the necessary steps. And inside this, we also consider to preliminarily obtain another driving license from another European country that maybe has the law that allows you to convert into that country. This is another practical example how law sometimes in a practical application is completely different, at least in Europe, that's for sure, from how it's written in our codified codes whatsoever. If you have any question regarding that, please comment here below. A like as appreciation of this video will be very much appreciated. Thank you so much. If you want to see our new videos, please subscribe to the channel. That's for free. And watch our every videos and make the questions you want. There is also my WhatsApp number. You can contact me directly and ask any question regarding this topic. Thank you so much.